Let's bring it back to the blue couches. We're going to welcome in our friend Zach Flock. He's executive director of the Erie Playhouse. Zach, it's nice to have you back on the blue couches today.
Good to be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so the theater's ready to open The Elephant Man, and you are the star of this show, which is, I think it's awesome when, executive directors like yourself take a role.
Yeah, it's it's not part of the job, and not something that I'll probably do too often. But every now and then a role comes along that's too good to pass up.
So why this one? Have you done this before?
I've not done this show before.
Okay.
I was a theater major in my undergraduate program at Gannon, and occasionally do shows. And this show in particular is really an actor's dream.
Yeah.
It is a challenge
I
physically,
know the Erie Playhouse
mentally.
did it years ago with Lon Jenkins,
Yes.
and I haven't seen it pop back up since. It is a challenging role.
Yes, this is only the second time it's been done at the Playhouse, but it is a very challenging role. It's physically demanding for the actor in the role. It's nice because there aren't actually a ton of lines. It's really more about the physicality for this particular character.
Okay.
There are still plenty of lines, but the focus has really been on finding the character, finding the body. John Merrick, of course, was a real person who.
Right. I was going to say, give us the background, because this kind of embodies at the time when what do they call the circuses that would travel?
Yeah,
the
freak shows.
Yeah.
He was born in the late 1800s with severe deformities. I'm not quite sure what the actual diagnosis was. The doctors today still kind of debate what his exact condition was, but he was basically abandoned at a young age into workhouses where he worked, and then eventually sort of made a living by joining sideshows and traveling in that way. But then he was abandoned by his manager, and that's kind of where the play picks up, is that he's taken in by a doctor who's studying him, but also trying to give him a better life and trying to teach him how to exist in society.
What is the moral of this story?
Yeah, I would say see it and see what your own takeaway is.
It's up for self-interpretation?
I think so, but for me it's a story about humanity, about what it means to be an outcast, what it means to be accepted, and interestingly, that's not just Merrick's experience in the story, that's really a struggle that other characters in the play are going through as well.
Very interesting. How many in this cast?
So about a dozen, relatively small cast for a Playhouse show, but our plays tend to be smaller casts.
Right, this isn't a musical, it is a straight
It is not
play.
a musical, it's a straight play, and we also have folks who are kind of crew members, but also appear in some smaller roles, and folks who play multiple roles as well. So really fun blend of folks to work with in this one.
It opens Thursday and runs, Friday, and it runs basically all month through the end of the month, the 26th or so.
Yep.
So plenty of opportunities to see it. I'm sure tickets are selling well for this one.
Tickets are selling, but still plenty available. So
plenty available, and even though it's October, it's not necessarily a spooky story.
No, actually, we were just talking about this in the office today. So it's not Frankenstein. It's not meant
He's a human
scare.
being.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And even just the way it's presented. I don't wear prosthetics in the show, so it's not like a movie version. It's all about how the actor kind of contorts their own body, and so it's not meant to be scary in that regard.
Right.
For sure.
So interesting. You got a good season still to go. How does the season run? Does it run January to January?
Yes. Yeah. So we have 2 more productions after this one. We have a youth theater production of Emma, a pop musical, it's a jukebox musical, uses a lot of songs people are familiar with, appropriate for all ages. That's in November. Yeah. And then we end the season with Frozen, one of the few community theaters to be able to do that show. So that'll be the big end to 2025, and then our 2026 season was announced in August. That'll kick off in January.
That'll kick off. For those that don't know either, when you want to do a show at the Playhouse, you have to write and ask permission for the rights to do it. So when a theater like the Erie Playhouse gets the opportunity to do Frozen, it's quite an honor, because you have to have the standing and the reputation and the data to support some of these new shows, right?
Absolutely, and we're fortunate enough that we've developed a reputation. We're 110 years in business, which is pretty impressive. I've only been there 2.5 years, so I can't take credit for the 110. But we actually are in a situation where a lot of times the rights holders, like Music Theater International, reach out to us and say, we're making this show available, and we think the Playhouse might be a good fit for
spot
that.
for it.
So next season, for example, Come From Away, we'll be doing that show, which was a huge hit on Broadway. that'll be next September.
And again, that's such an honor when you're asked
Absolutely.
to take advantage of these opportunities.
Yeah.
So the Elephant Man opens Friday. Tickets are available. Reach out to the Erie Playhouse, give them a call, go to the Facebook page. Don't try to get your tickets at the door for these. You need to get them ahead of time.
Yeah, you can, but we certainly recommend getting them ahead of time.
Yeah.
EriePlayhouse.org is our website as well if you want to get those online.
And 2 years now at the helm. You've only been on the blue couches twice now, Zach.
That's right.
We need to see more of you.
But twice in the past few months. So
I
I
know.
feel like we've stepped it up.
I figured that you had a good experience and decided to come back.
Absolutely. Happy to come back anytime.
I love it. And congratulations. Break a leg with
Thank
this
you.
run of the Elephant Man. It really is quite a role.
Thank you very much.